Hey everyone, welcome to Commentary Central. This is Jared speaking to you, and I'm with my cohort here,
Andrew.
And today we're going to be watching Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, sometimes called the Extended Cut. Before we begin, I just want to say this: as of this recording, earlier this week, news was released about Zack Snyder having a tragedy in his family, and I just want to say we send our prayers and thoughts to the Snyder family. And we pray that they are able to come through this and that they are given peace. And we pray for them in Jesus' name. But we're going to do this commentary, and our opinions are going to be based on the movie and the decisions made about this movie, not based on the people. You're going to see quite a bit of criticism, honestly, in this commentary, but just understand we're criticizing the movie and the decisions made for the movie, not the people themselves. And we just felt like we should make this disclaimer and distinction beforehand. Anything to add before we hop in, Andrew?
I would just say that the way we choose our movies, we try to coincide with usually what's opening new release, either in the cinema or on DVD. And when we decided to do these commentaries, we always set this day as the day we were going to do Batman versus Superman, just to coincide with the release of Wonder Woman. So this has always been on our calendar, whether this event would have took place or not. So yeah, that's why we're doing Batman versus Superman. Also, once again, if you love Batman versus Superman, you hate Batman versus Superman, at the end of the day, it's just a movie. Right. Yeah, who knows what we're going to say over the course of this film, but we're just doing it because we like to watch movies and we like to just talk about them.
Exactly.
But there's more important things in life than a movie.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're just going to go ahead, we're just going to do our thing, and
we'll go full steam ahead and take on this movie. And oh boy, is it going to be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, here we go. We're going to start this movie. Andrew, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Alright, sure. So I'm going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's see. WB logo and the leaf going by it. Rat Pack logo. And DC Comics with another leaf. Those are some nice CG leaves right there.
Another origin story.
Look, here's the thing, though. I think this is the perfect way to do it. If you're going to show Batman's origin, this is the way to do it.
Well, I agree. Well, no, actually, I don't agree because of what the implication of this opening scene, and in a minute when he has, the vision of the bats.
I like the idea that they're addressing his origin. I know people say, we don't need a Batman origin story. Everybody knows that. But here's the thing. A lot of times we forget that the people who really know this stuff are 10% of the audience. And the general audience, they may know who Batman is, but they don't know everything about his origin. So I'm okay to do it like this because even though we know it, it's always nice to see a fresh take on.
Once again, I don't have a problem with origins myself, like most people do. I'm just saying is, who knew this was going to be the hinge of the entire movie?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But this looks really cool. It's shot really well.
One thing I will absolutely praise this movie about is the visual aesthetic. I mean, the shots look amazing. And that push in right there on the barrel of the gun is excellent.
Now, I know when we did Man of Steel, I marked the point where I lost interest in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it again for Batman vs. Superman. So just hold on for it. It may surprise you, and it may not when I lose all interest in this movie.
By the way,
I won't say interest, I say faith.
I will say this. I love that they showed, at least in this version, Thomas Wayne tried to fight back. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't really have a opinion on that, but
and I find it interesting they actually chose to show in the comics he's called Joe Chill, but the guy who kills Bruce Wayne's parents. I am surprised they decided to kind of show him clearly. And my gosh, just like shooting her in the neck. And I love the pearl snap there. That's straight out of The Dark Knight Returns, which there's a lot of inspiration taken from that in this movie.
Like I said, if they would have ended it right there, great.
I'm going to wait for the moment that it actually happens for us to talk about it too much, personally.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I have a feeling that's important. I don't know. I'm just waiting.
I'm just going to say this. I know what they were going for. I just thought it was terrible execution. But at least I understood what they were trying to do with that. I'll say that much. I believe the guy who does the cinematography for Zack Snyder normally, I think his name's Larry Fong, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I could be wrong about that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was on the credits there and I just wasn't paying attention. Bats.
Not gonna lie, right here in the theater, I went,
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know if this is a vision or a dream, or is this actually happening?
I think it would have been better had they had him sitting on the ground, looking up and seeing like the light and the bat swirling, and then cut it there.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people in theater were going, what? It's hard without context until you get Bruce saying in the dream. Yeah.
Hey, there he did say in the dream. Okay, so it was a dream. You never noticed that before.
And I will say this. I love this opening. I think it's great, minus that one thing we're going to talk about. And I'm pretty sure that's the point where you lose interest. I haven't
seen this movie since the cinema. So what was that?
That was March 2016.
So yeah, that's the last time I saw this film in the cinema. And but I did see it 3 times. Which, that's a whole nother story on that one. Okay. What is going on? I'm okay so far. I'm okay.
I like all this. Like, I think it's really fun, and it's cool to see all this from a different perspective.
Okay, and this is where I tapped out of the movie. This is where I literally was like, I am done with this movie. Yeah. No matter what else happens. Yeah, because it was in this moment that I realized, you know what? They don't know what they're doing. Because no one would stay in that building. And if it was just that one guy, great. But it's the whole building.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to lie. I can't.
And that's literally, I'm not joking. What are we? We are like literally 8 minutes. No, we're probably not even that. We're what? 6 minutes in, and I'm done with this movie. And so I'm just like, they don't know what they're doing. Like, my problem with this movie is there's a lot of things where if you would to me the plot's paper thin, for one. Like, if you just think about it, everything in this movie falls apart. And I know eventually we have to get to Civil War because people compare these two movies. Because technically they are similar, but to me they're two completely
It's the same films. Premise. It's just the execution was very different.
Yeah, but like I said, I can just cut through this plot with a knife because it's so paper thin.
The knife of our criticism?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just think it's awesome to see all this from a different angle.
It's still in the building.
Yeah. Love that. I just think it's awesome that it happens to be the Wayne building where Zod found his heat vision.
Mm.
I would have hoped you would have started praying a little bit earlier.
Exactly. Just do something earlier. Yeah. Anything earlier.
But great shot right here. This tracking shot right into the dust.
Until you see the other side of the dust where he's still perfect. Ben Affleck and his white teeth. I don't know why they just won't. I mean, it didn't have to. I'm not talking like covered, but something.
He looks a bit dusty. That was added in this Ultimate Edition. So you haven't seen the Ultimate Edition. You just saw the theatrical cut. This is where they start adding some stuff because there's a few like wandering people around. He's a little dusty.
Where?
His hair's messed up a little bit.
Where?
Right on his back. You can see it on his vest.
Where? It's the cleanest people I've ever seen in my life. Most Hollywood-looking people that come
Look,
through a
you
destruction.
don't see the dust on that man's jacket.
I don't care. I know what happens to him later.
That would be very crappy. I gotta say, Ben Affleck is the best part of this movie, though. In my opinion, he is.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna have to. I'm just gonna prep the audience right now and just say, when Batman kills his first person, prepare for a major rant. But until that point,
No, I agree because we've already established my feelings of Henry Cavill and Superman, and pretty much everyone else. Actually, you know what? The best part of this movie is maybe Alfred. He's the only one that may be accurate. Well, I mean,
he's not even comic accurate, Alfred.
I know, but he, like I said, he encapsulates the character.
Yeah.
Without going to an extreme.
I think 18 months is way too long of a time span, in my opinion, to have between what happened there at the end of Man of Steel and then this movie. I wish it would have been 6 to 8 months. Because you still could have seen the reconstructing in Metropolis. And you really could have played up a lot of the political aspects of Superman.
I mean, I wish they would have showed something about the cleanup of Metropolis.
Yeah.
This whole movie not build up, but it was just talking about how, Superman was going to have to answer for his actions.
He never does.
And as we come to see later on, they never address Metropolis. It comes down to this weird, convoluted plot of something that happens in Africa.
Yeah. And I don't understand that. You didn't need the Africa incident. You could have just had Metropolis.
Exactly.
And that would have cleared up 10 minutes of the movie.
And it's kind of the problem with, I don't know, Jurassic World. Like, you have dinosaurs. You don't need a mustache twirling villain.
That's true. I'll give you that. There it is. I do like how they introduced Kryptonite. I think that was a good idea.
Well, I like this explanation of Kryptonite better because I never really understood Kryptonite. I always thought it was the dumbest thing in the world. Because, once again, I'm not a huge Superman guy, but I always found it just the dumbest thing that he was defeated by a green glowing rock. So I kind of like I sort of understand why it stops him. I just wish sometimes they would stick to their own rules, though.
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I hate it when anymore where movies they set a rule, then they'll break it.
Yeah.
If you set a rule in your universe, it's it's the Ghostbusters thing,
Don't
never
cross
the stream.
Let's cross the stream.
But Ghostbusters get a pass because they were literally the first one.
Yeah.
But then everyone after that is like, you know what, we can just break the rules all the time.
I'm okay with rules being broken very occasionally, and it has to be explained well why you could break it.
I'm glad they've added this whole 1 minute scene that has done nothing for me yet. Once again, Amy Adams, good actress, just terrible in Lois Lane. She just.
I won't say terrible as Lois Lane. I'll just say she was miscast as Lois Lane.
I'm glad that.
And there's KG Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And some African warlord.
Mm-hmm.
No, there he is. That was the general. I wonder if all African warlords dress like that, or if that's just a movie stereotype. Are we stereotyping warlords now?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen an African warlord, so I don't know. Once again, this is all a waste. You should be a metropolis. There should be outrage. Like you said, 18 months later, that's a year and a half. Who's going to care?
People will still remember Metropolis because I want to be careful with this analogy, but it's hard not to relate with having Metropolis to something of the likes of 9/11. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, people would still remember it. It's just, it should have been more about the aftermath of that instead of just skipping ahead.
No, I agree. It's just like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure once again, this is the extended cut. Of course, make it blink.
Yeah, I know.
Can you create something that doesn't blink and give off does it beep too? I can't hear. I think it beeps too.
It does.
Like I said, I don't know this already feels longer, but I don't think it is. This movie just takes forever to get where you want it to go.
I like the actor who's playing Jimmy.
Well, the problem is Jimmy Olsen's a friend of Superman.
Yep.
And they just get rid of him.
Pretty much.
First movie.
This movie for all they're trying to do, I believe it should have just been rewritten, but for all they're trying to do, this wouldn't have made a bad 8-episode miniseries.
Well, sure. Well, no, I understand what you're saying because they literally ran through so much material.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, you won't ever be able to do most of it.
Yeah.
Again, like Jimmy Olsen, Death of Superman.
Yeah.
Doomsday.
That's true.
I mean, there's just so much that you'll never be able to do again.
This right here will help explain some things better though, because these guys are shooting all these people with bullets. You'll find out what they're about to do, and that's how it kind of gets pinned on Superman right here, where they burn the bodies. Granted, how would you not find? Well, it depends on how well you burn them, because I guess you can still find bullet holes.
Once again, though, it's pointless. Even if it explains it, it's unneeded.
I agree.
I was told that Superman was going to have to figure out, hey, there's that shot from the trailer. So that's what happened to that shot. It was, hey, this shot too. But still, it's pointless. Why? We were told Superman was going to have to face his consequences for Metropolis, and he never does. And then later on, when we actually get towards the end, they just run away from the
great shot coming
thing
up
entirely. It does explain the explosion because in the theater they showed the bombs exploding, but you're just like, where did that come from? I think they did. I don't know. I can't remember. This is gonna be fun.
That was probably also a nice callback to the end of Man of Steel where he drops that drone.
Here's the deal, though. Superman snaps Zod's neck.
Yeah.
It's one of the most controversial things, maybe ever. Not ever, but in a long time. He just plows that guy. I don't care who you are. This isn't the way you open up a movie where Superman's supposed to be mending his ways.
There is, I will say this, even though it's slim, it's possible Superman could have grabbed him and wrapped him up in his arms.
That dude's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
That dude is dead. And
yeah,
I'm
just like, he's dead.
And I'm just like, okay, this is the Superman you want, great, but it was very controversial. Don't have him plow a guy. That guy's mush. That guy is mush.
I don't mind him killing Zod because he didn't have another choice.
I know, but I'm just saying he just continues killing people.
And there's some of the burned bodies. That's why he gets an R rating.
And also, it's been 18 months. Great. Superman's never shown this in probably the past 18 months because people have been arguing for the last 18 months. He's a good guy. He's here to save us. There's all these newspaper articles probably where he saved a village and blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't really add up either. And then as we come later on to find, there's these special bullets that can only be traced to one human being. Just use regular bullets. Why didn't you use AK-47s?
It wouldn't look suspicious.
Exactly. But they use special made weapons, special made bullets.
This woman testifying right here, you later find out she was actually paid off by Lex. You don't get that in the movie.
I know, but I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't.
This is all pointless.
That's Mrs. Incredible right there.
Oh, now that you said that, I can hear it. But anyway, special weapons, special bullets that can only be created by one man on the planet.
I know.
It's just, come on, people.
There's a nice shout out to the Gotham football team. And this one thing I do like is this little part here because it kind of shows the Gotham Police Department. They're a little bit corrupt and lazy by getting a call and not going to it.
Well, I mean, this scene's just good because it's Batman and not Superman.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's just...
And I like Superman as a character.
And my problem is, and that's on Warner Brothers. I find it sad that after all these years, literally the only movies we have are Batman movies and Superman movies. And
we're getting Wonder Woman.
But
there's a Watchmen reference.
But it's still that Batman's the only character we actually care about. Like, this is what...
Batman's just a great character.
Well, I know, but it's Warner Brothers' fault that they haven't done anything.
I agree.
Like, this is only, 3 years after Dark Knight Rises?
To be fair, I have to say this, though. To be fair, a lot of this was untested until Marvel really tried it with Iron Man. Because they didn't know that secondary superhero characters could actually succeed.
Well,
that's true, the thing. But here's the thing. In 2008, when Iron Man came out, they were in the midst of The Dark Knight, which was a huge success for them. And then they did Dark Knight Returns, that followed directly by Man of Steel in 2013. So they really hadn't had time yet to put all that out. That's true,
but DC's always had those characters.
They have, and they've come very close in the past to pulling the trigger on making movies. But they've never...
It's always been...
Well, they almost made a Justice League movie back in the early 2000s. But
which would have been... I would have been okay with it. Because even though Batman's there, it's the whole thing. But every time they want to do something new, they're like, Batman. Because it's apparent... They just... it's guaranteed money for one. I don't blame them, but you got to try something different. And like I said, this movie is 3 years after Dark Knight Rises?
It came out 4 years after Dark Knight Rises.
Well, it's still very soon for a new Batman.
Tell that to Sony and Spider-Man.
Well, Sony's just gonna keep ruining themselves.
I like the slight horror aspect here, though. They give to Batman. I think that's great. It's just okay. I'm not gonna go full rant just yet, but if Batman doesn't mind mowing dudes down, why is this guy alive?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, what's his standards here?
That's the thing. It's like, granted, Batman's attitude could be only kill when you absolutely have to, and for certain heroes that works. And I understand in history. By the way, I do love that shot right there. But in Batman lore, there has been times, especially in his early days, where they really figured out what they were doing with the character. He did kill then. There's been instances in the comics where like a certain writer has written it to where Batman's kind of killed indirectly. But the more or less accepted version of Batman is one who doesn't kill.
And that's a much better version.
It's
more intriguing.
And like, here's the thing. I'm not sure how I feel about Batbrand. I may come back to that later. But that's the thing about Batman, though, is just, like you said, if he doesn't kill, it's much more intriguing of a character.
Because if he's just killing everybody, then he's just as boring as Superman.
I'm not going to say that.
And then there's this whole sequence, which I guess was put in to humanize Superman, maybe?
Yeah. But
to me, it's... In a movie that's already 2.5 hours long, this was a wasted scene because one thing that's... And I don't know if it's ever cleared up, but I would have much preferred Batman looking into who Superman is.
Yes.
And I believe even you could have kept this scene
and had Batman spying.
Yes. On like the roof across the way. But
or had like Bruce Wayne with a listening device or something.
Exactly. But like and once again, I've never seen Extended, but I still don't, but I've listened to people talk about it and whatever, commentators and whatever. There's never... It comes a point where Batman or Bruce Wayne never figures out Clark Kent's Superman. Like,
that's kind of true.
You can throw... And Clark Kent technically doesn't either, but you can give it a pass because of that one scene at the party. But they never technically figure out who each other is.
Yeah. And Lex Luthor somehow magically knows both.
Exactly.
I don't get that.
So, yeah. Like I said, keep this scene, just... Give us a shot of Batman doing something. Oh, and I love what he just said. I don't care. Remember, he's like, they're saying this and this. I don't care. I'm like, that's why I don't care about you. You care about nothing.
That's true.
After all this time, I still don't know what this dude stands for. He should either be a Boy Scout or a sociopath. But he's right in the middle, and he's nothing.
Here's the thing. This Superman really is in the middle. I'm happy you pointed that out because there's kind of comic book Superman, which is the Boy Scout, which is the Truth, Justice, the American Way guy. And then there's like Injustice Superman, who's the sociopath just killing everyone. This guy's in the middle, and it's very non-interesting.
Exactly. He's nothing. He is nothing. Like... And once again, I would love, like I said, I've already stated, I wish they would have Winter Soldiered Man of Steel. Mm-hmm. I thought that would have been great. But if they wanted to go so far from Marvel, they should have made him a sociopath. Well, maybe not a sociopath, but they should have made it where he doesn't care. He doesn't want to save people. He'll kill whatever. You know, I'd rather take that full on just that way instead of this.
And maybe him learning to care.
Yeah, instead of this thing.
But then is it Superman? That's the question you have to ask. It's like, if you have Batman killing, why not slap a skull on his chest and call him the Punisher? Because that's what he is. So if you have a Superman that doesn't care, is he really Superman?
That's true, but I'm just going in the context of what they've given us.
Man, that is a very tight jacket.
It is. You could have made it a little bigger. Well, I was kind of talking about the elevator shaft.
I do like this Batcave, though.
I do, too.
It's a good line. So that's what he was saying. Funnel Fairy Butter Bar. One thing I wish the bat ears were just a bit longer. I've never cared for the stubby ears.
I like the bat suit. It's probably one of the better designs I've seen.
Oh, I like the bat suit. It's just the ears. I wish were a little longer.
Goodness. He actually gets to do some detecting in this movie.
I'll give him that. I think it was Honest Trailers that said him Ben Affleck, who you thought was going to be the worst part of this movie, turns out to be the best part of this movie. Okay, the Bat brand, I don't mind that too much. I think it's kind of cool in a sense because it kind of keeps track of who Batman has tangoed with and stuff like that. What I thought would have been really cool is if the Joker's smile was actually a bat brand over his mouth. I thought that would have been cool if they would have went that direction. They didn't, but
the only thing is the bat brand. If you go to prison with a bat brand, you're like they'll
marked.
kill you, right? But I'm not. I'm just going off of stuff I've heard.
That's what happens to this guy. He gets killed, and I guess it's to make Batman look bad. Like that, those brands are causing people to be attacked in prison. And here we have Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, I was okay with the casting of Jesse Eisenberg. I even told you I liked it. But I didn't know they were going to do this.
Here's the thing. As an actor, if they just would have went with a young version of Lex Luthor and had him comic accurate, cool. Would have been cool with that. I'll be completely honest. This version of Lex Luthor, I'm not 100% on the hate train for it, but I don't like it.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. It's horrible. I don't know what exactly they were trying to do. I guess maybe because Batman's old, Superman's middle age, so we need a villain who's younger than both of them. I guess. I don't know the theory about why. And also, it's not like there's never been a comic accurate Lex Luthor. So it's not even like you have to break the mold.
I will say this. The closest one to being comic accurate was Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville.
Well, no one counts Smallville.
I'd count Smallville.
I don't like. I'm not a TV show person.
Thing about Smallville, first few seasons were pretty good. After that, it just kind of went off the rails.
I'm just saying, there's never been a comic accurate Lex Luthor, so it's not even like you had to do something different.
Yeah.
Just do it right this time. Because both the two versions we got prior are both real estate moguls for reasons.
Yeah.
And then we get this guy who's something. Once again, here's the problem with this whole franchise. I don't know what these people are, who they are. I don't know who Superman is. I don't know who Lex Luthor is. Batman, once again, he's okay, but he's got
Do you
issues.
mean you just don't know why they're doing what they're doing?
Well, motivations, characterizations, what they stand for, what they don't stand for. Like, apparently the original Lex Luthor,
Is his father.
Well, yeah, and he's
Lex Luthor Jr.
He was a terrible dad or whatever, but what is that? I don't understand why that drives you to kill Superman or get rid of Superman.
I think it boils down to his hatred of authority figures because his dad was so evil. That's why he wants to bring down Superman, because people, and I'll get into this conversation a little bit later, but people see Superman or call him a god, and where Lex kind of hates all authority figures, he figures if he can quote unquote kill or stop God, then that makes him better. It's what validates him in his own mind.
Yeah, but as you continue further down, problem is even his plot, he has no idea what his plot is.
Yeah. I remember being in the theater, And this music with those shoes just doesn't work.
Nope.
With those shoes and those socks, it just doesn't work.
Now that you said that, no, it doesn't. This is actually almost like old school villain mustache twirling music right there.
That is a very fake looking VFX shot. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Jolly Ranchers. I wonder when they were.
Wonder how much they paid to be in this movie.
And is this what they really were expecting from the product placement?
My gosh, that woman's thin.
No.
Look at his toes. My gosh.
Another issue is, where did he get all this knowledge from in the first place?
Well, it's been a year and a half. He's probably been studying what he could get his hands on.
Well, I know, but how does he know he
Yeah,
needs
I don't care for
fingerprints? How does he know he needs his fingerprints to get into the ship?
Well, nothing else will let him act. Those are some fake eggs right there. I think it was on Australia that pointed that out. But it probably no one else was able to get in, and he figured if I can get the fingerprints off this alien, that may get me in. It was an educated guess.
But even then, she's been paid off. That, once again, it would have been better if she wasn't paid off.
Yeah.
And she truly believed he was just a bad guy. It would have went further along as far as storytelling.
Here's the thing, you really didn't need this backstory right here. You could have just had him say, hey, I lost my legs in the Metropolis attack, and I have that reason to hate Superman. And then you could have had Lex give him that brand new chair, and still would have all worked, and you wouldn't need any of this.
Well, I don't have a problem
Also,
with this.
Who the heck builds a Superman statue in the middle of Metropolis when he's that controversial of a figure?
Exactly.
Like, what?
Exactly.
What? Like, I'm willing to say probably 50%, if not more, of that city thinks he's the reason for that destruction. No one builds a giant statue right in the middle of the city, you know?
Exactly. Once again, I don't have a problem with this. It's pointless anyways. This movie's so long and so
Scoot
much
McNairy's a good actor. Is that CGI paint?
It
may have been.
because you're never gonna get paint that red out of a can on the first spray. Perry, not white.
Okay, that one's pretty good.
Actually, Lawrence Fishburne, another great character out of this movie. We've got Alfred and Lauren and Perry White.
True.
Two best characters out of this entire movie.
Trying to see if I can find any Easter eggs in there. If you know, okay, good. They actually put like something halfway decent on their computer screens. I check that in movies just to see like what's on there, and sometimes it is like the screens are just black, all of them are black, or they have just like a generic screen on there, and I'm like, you know. Also, you might not get to see it again, but Clark's phone is not powered on.
What?
I work in an IT department, so like I notice things like that. But like his desktop phone there was not powered on.
He's actually doing journalism.
Yes,
this is what was missing from the 2.5-hour movie. Cat.
I do not like that they made Gotham and Metropolis sister cities.
And it's especially an issue later on in the movie.
Yes, but here's the thing: I don't like that because if you have two major cities that close together, they're really just going to be one city.
Well, but another issue is Superman would be doing what he's doing in Gotham City.
Yes.
Why has he not all?
Yeah.
Gotham City is the most crime-ridden city in the world, but he's never went over there
Yes.
one time. That's another issue right there.
Gotham City should be like 150 miles away.
Well, yeah, I mean, it should be far enough away where he just never thinks about going. But he just literally walked and took a look there. He's like, all those people are dying over there because of all this weird stuff. You know what?
Forget them.
It's just, is this scene important? Am I missing something?
He's interviewing people about Batman.
Oh, whatever. It was pointless.
Here's the thing. I don't know how he gets turned on to Batman. Like, I may have just missed a lot of dialogue, but I don't know why he's investigating Batman.
Well, exactly.
Why would he care?
I don't know what sparked him because there hasn't been that prison thing yet. Mm-hmm. So he's just all of a sudden like, I gotta start investigating Batman for reasons. Also, does no one know who Bruce Wayne is in this universe?
Well, to be fair, that is a rich person's club.
I know it.
They know who Bruce Wayne is, but it's a rich person's club, so they're not going to be asking questions.
Is this a rich person's club?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? It's like an underground
because people are being ritzy there. That's how I know.
There's no one here that's ritzy. It's like an underground fight club that Bruce Wayne's just there.
Well, keep in mind, Bruce Wayne, he's a celebrity, but he's not. He's someone who's like the CEO of a company, and odds are where he's older, he's probably fallen out of the public eye pretty much. Because whenever he goes to that party, they're like, who's that? It's like, that's Bruce Wayne. Yeah. So it's possible that he might not be instantly recognizable like a lot of people would be.
I don't know. To me, I always found that just weird.
Because I can't say, unless it was someone I'm used to seeing a lot in the public eye, if I passed like a Hollywood actor on the street, unless it was someone super famous like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or someone, I'm not sure I'd recognize them.
I don't know. It's just, I always found that weird. I think another problem is in Bruce Wayne's, I don't know. If I thought about Batman too long, he would actually be a terrible character if I thought about him way too long. So that's why I usually don't think about it too long. So we're getting into the prototype gun,
bullet. Yeah, that I don't understand. That's a nice suit Clark's wearing, though. It's very casual, but yet chic. Just thought I'd point that out.
Once again, Superman should never have worked at the Daily Planet.
I'm cool with that.
And Lois Lane should have never been introduced until Man of Steel 2.
Did you know there was a storyline where Superman lost his powers except for his super strength, and his identity was exposed, so he lost his job at the Daily Planet, and like he was like, I guess, struggling for money, and he spent like the last of his money on tacos.
I don't understand. Wait, is this like a comic or what?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. It's a comic.
But I mean, somebody would have gave him money just to stand and take pictures with children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he was trying to track down some underground stuff.
I'm just saying, he could have made a living without the Daily Planet.
Hey, the senator's from Kentucky. But what I'm trying to remember, we're going to quote Honest Trailers a lot because they say a lot of really great things in that Honest Trailer. But didn't they show a picture of her and it's like D, Democrat, Kentucky, and they're like, yeah, right.
Well, there's like, why not?
Yeah. That's very true. We're from Kentucky, so.
Like I said, it's just, everyone wants to kill Superman in this movie. But I should feel bad about it, but I don't. But it's dumb too. So
yeah,
I don't know. What do you do?
But why?
I don't know what to do with my emotions when watching this movie. Should I feel for him? But I can't.
I will say, this scene, I'm actually okay with Eisenberg for the most part. I don't like the red capes are coming type thing, but take that out, I think his acting's actually pretty good in this scene.
Once again, I was all for Eisenberg, Lex Luthor. Then they gave us this, and now it's just like, nope, I'm against it.
We needed Heisenberg, not Eisenberg.
And I didn't want what's his face either for the
Bryan Cranston?
No, you don't cast a guy just because he looks good bald.
He's a great actor.
Well, yeah, but you can't cast him after playing Heisenberg for 6 seasons on Breaking Bad.
It was 5 seasons,
Whatever.
and
Who cares? Nope, I didn't want what's his face either. I can't remember his name. You said it just then. What's his name? Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't want him either.
It's the same guy.
No, I don't want him. I kept forgetting his name. And he's not big enough or intimidating enough. He's like your dad.
One rumor was I think his name's Mark Strong. He played Sinestro in Green Lantern. He would have been a good choice. Dream sequence initiate.
Okay, why is Wayne Manor destroyed in this universe?
Don't know.
Oh, okay, well that explains everything. Thank you.
Well, they could have tied that into an awesome backstory, and my theory on that would have been like it was destroyed during an attack, and it would have been like Bane who found out he was Batman and like destroyed Wayne Manor, and just he hasn't bothered to.
No, that, like I said, it'd been cool, but this movie's already got too much stuff. Just I'm kind of glad they didn't, but also it's just like, what's happened here? Something's happened. Only 45 minutes in.
Blood dripping.
I don't know if I can make it for another.
I don't believe it is, but some people say what pops out here is actually Man Bat.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. And
It'd be kind of cool if it was.
I'm pretty sure they've stated that it's not.
Yeah.
But
okay, just want to point out. I know Bruce Wayne's supposed to be a billionaire playboy, but this woman's like never mentioned again ever, and he's at the point in his life, like I don't think he cares anymore.
See, I understand what you're saying, but also I agree with the second part of that. He shouldn't really care. I don't know what he's because like in the Dark Knight Returns, the animated one,
yeah,
he's wanting to get back in the suit.
He's just stopping himself at the beginning.
Yeah, but exactly. But now he, technically he's never took the suit off yet, so yeah, I don't know.
I'll point out when we get there about the Batman killing thing, but yeah, I'm kind of saving my strength for that.
Oh no, guess who? Who would have ever guessed it was Lex Luthor? The weird, long-haired guy. I do like this little bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
Nice little scene. After all this, 45 minutes.
Why is this shot in here, though?
They realize they need to show the bat suits. Exactly. This scene doesn't... Because it goes from this straight to... Yeah, this is just an added shot.
I feel like they didn't know when to put it. And I do love that he has the Robin suit, though. I think that's great.
Just needs inspiration.
That's a nice car.
The only thing is Ben Affleck's way too big for that car. Or Bruce Wayne. He's like, that car's way too small for him.
It's not that small.
It's way too small for that.
He's pretty tall, yeah.
Ben Affleck is kind of a large man.
I think he's like 6'2".
Well, I mean, he's very wide too. Well, I mean, I guess Superman's technically only been living in Metropolis for maybe 18 months.
Yeah.
Really? So, okay, I can give him a. Here's the deal. Lex Luthor is insane. How does he not have PR people that's like,
You don't need to be speaking.
yes, why, how, or at least give him a speech and then he throws it away. But apparently they just let him run wild.
Well,
As crazy as
good news is he's rich enough to where he doesn't need to do that. He can just pay out.
That's true, but this dude is totally unhinged. And all these people are here at this party and they're just like, oh, that's just Lex. I'm just like, no, there's something bad wrong with this man. You all should be fearful of your lives right now.
Here's the thing. I like Wonder Woman in this movie, but she didn't need to be in this movie.
Yeah, true.
Gal Gadot, I think, is fine as Wonder Woman in this movie. I think the character, for what it was handled well in this movie. Just didn't need to be in this movie.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
It's true.
No, I'm not. I'm just laughing at this scene. I don't know what's. I think it's because it's just out in the middle of right by the kitchen.
Yeah. Just put the server room here.
And then she comes in and lets him stay there. Nothing suspicious whatsoever.
You did see that guy.
I know, but still, she just lets him stay in their server room.
I just noticed those servers are labeled with E equals MC squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared.
It's just, once again, he started doing this. I'm out of here. Because this dude could just snap and kill everybody in this building right now.
There's KG Beast, by the way. Yeah, that little laugh. Then again, you gotta remember, people can just chalk that up to him being an eccentric billionaire.
I know, but I'm totally gone. Here comes another.
I like this part. I really do.
I don't because he's probably talking to him, or Superman's talking to Batman because of the listening device. I can put that aside. But Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, lays into this dude, and you think it's because he knows he's Superman, but we come to find out, I don't think he does. He just tearing into this kid for no good reason.
I think it's because he mentions the Day of the Planet putting out puff pieces about Superman.
But it's very specific. Like, he does know he's Superman, but I don't think he does. And that's why it's always come off odd to me. He's just like tearing his kids up. Which, some people are okay with that. I'm just like, whatever. And then, here's another problem. And it's one of the major issues I have with Lex Luthor. Well, I thought it was just then. Come on. I do. And probably 75% of Metropolis.
That was a good line, though.
But once again, it's very specific. So does he know or does he not know? Another thing, Lex Luthor, he's tiny.
Yes.
He should... I think Lex Luthor should be at least almost maybe about as tall as Bruce Wayne, if not bigger than both of them.
Actually...
once again, I don't know the comics, but he looks so tiny. Like, it's almost comical to see those three standing
Lex Luthor,
together.
I believe, is average height in the comics.
But I mean, once again, I don't read the comics, but I have seen stuff. He's a pretty decent sized man, though.
He's very, he exercises because he believes he needs to be at, peak human condition.
Like, it's so comical to see those three in a circle. Lex Luthor's this tiny man-child.
I will point out, this might be the first, obviously this is the first movie to have Batman and Superman in it, but this might be the first thing to ever have Superman to be shorter than Batman. Because I believe Superman's always shown to be just a little bit taller than Batman. Not by much, but by like an inch. That was a nice little call out right there. Did you catch it?
No.
That cake, it was like is like one of the great Colosseums. Not Colosseum, but Parthenon, I guess.
Oh, okay.
That's part of Wonder Woman. If it hadn't been used in The Dark Knight Rises, I wish they would have used she took his car.
Oh, okay.
If it hadn't been used there.
Well, actually, I'm glad they didn't. That wouldn't made much sense.
True.
Like I said, this one scene is okay, but when you look at the whole, it makes no sense, serves no purpose.
This Superman might, but I don't like the idea that, like, tons of people call Superman a god, and, like, he never corrects that fact, so does that make you think that he actually thinks he is one?
And that's another issue. Even if he came out and said it right out, I've been okay with that because then we have a direction to go. But once again, we don't know. Like, in that shot there, it doesn't look, he's not relishing in the fact that the people worship him, but he's just like,
all right,
whatever. Then. Yeah.
It's Charlie Rose. This was in the trailer, and I actually think it's kind of cool.
I think this sequence is in the wrong place. I mean,
should have been at the beginning of the movie.
This whole montage. Well, yeah, that would have actually worked better. Open with this.
Do the Bruce Wayne through Metropolis scene, and then go to this.
Yeah, because it just doesn't fit here. It was just like, we've got to show Superman doing something good now. So, I mean, yeah, it's just in the wrong place. That woman's maybe the best painter in the history of LA. I mean, that is the greatest Superman ass. She needs to go work somewhere.
Yeah.
Honey, grab the dog, a blanket, and all the white paint we got.
Seriously, what'd they paint that with?
I mean, it's just... Once again, I think it's just because I don't like this movie that this is nitpicking on these things. But it's just like, think about it. Just take a minute to pause and think about what's happening on the screen.
You're not wrong. I do like her response here. And I wish granted, in movies the rule is show, don't tell. But I do wish he would have voiced, hey, I'm trying to do good for these people, and all they're doing is throwing crap back in my face.
Well, I think that's what this scene's supposed to be, but then they ultimately ruined this character.
Ma Kent.
Because it's just, once again, Pa Kent just kill a bus full of children. Well, you know what? You deserve to die. She was actually pretty good, but then they're like, you know what? Do something or do nothing. You don't owe them anything. And I'm just like, well, she just ruined. So these are literally the two worst parents in the history of ever. You have a son who could literally destroy the universe, and this is what you're doing with him?
Planet, not universe.
He could destroy the universe if he wanted to.
Okay, you could probably find a way. I'm not gonna lie.
And there's that bullet again.
There's the Jenna Malone character, who everybody thought was going to be Barbara Gordon. I wish she would have been Barbara Gordon. That would have been great to introduce, like, Oracle, like, working in the Batcave. Even if she wouldn't have got a lot of screen time, it still would have been cool. And I'm talking about in a different version of the movie where everything's rewritten. But
see, now should be when you investigate the Batman.
Yeah.
Not earlier for some reason. Well, actually, I forget. Well, actually, I forgot. Didn't he say that why aren't we investigating this Batman?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe he was onto it.
But it's still.
I believe this is a Lex Luthor payoff right here to make Batman look bad.
I agree, but from everything he even just said they're gonna kill him anyway. So what's the point of paying? What's the point of paying off somebody?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much understood prior to that scene that whoever gets that, you're pretty much in trouble when you go to prison. So you don't really. I guess maybe he just needed him to act quicker than normal.
I'm Charles Xavier.
True. Now, I do know in this cut they explain that it's a lead line, blah, 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 whatever. But that still does not explain... Going back to the party, he could hear the thing in Bruce Wayne's ear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he does have heightened senses. It does not explain why he didn't notice the excessive smell of pee in the courtroom.
Well. To be fair, it's a public courtroom.
No, it would all be concentrated right there.
Is that jar sealed?
No, the lid is off.
Yeah.
That he has heightened senses. Once again, so you can't mark it off as. Because prior to this, we didn't know that he had heightened senses or how... We didn't know the extent of his powers or whatever like this. But now we kind of do, so... Once again, he should have done something.
I'll say this. I know it seems like we're nitpicking the small things, but it's because the big things were glazed over. Is why we're also nitpicking the small things, because it takes both, you know? Like you said, sometimes it's just like, think about what you're putting on screen. Because the big things don't make sense, the small things make even less sense.
Like I said, and yeah, so that's another issue I have, like with the whole courtroom scene in itself. Once again, the whole courtroom scene has nothing to do with Metropolis. They're still talking about this thing that went down in Africa.
I forgot who it was that said this, but like, I think it was Chris Terrio who wrote the script. I could be wrong about that, but it's like...
Terrio and Goyer.
They should have had like a comic... Like, you don't want comic book fanboys like writing all these scripts like, you know, with complete freedom or anything like that, but they should have had one read over this and just like, you know, do the checks. Just be like, hey guys, this isn't lining up.
Well, yeah, I mean,
go to Jeff Johns, should have had him like read over it and say, hey.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to be a comic fan, but I think you need some understanding of, because I don't know. It's just like they're trying to deconstruct the genre. But before you can deconstruct something, you have to build it first. And they're trying to deconstruct a genre that they're trying so hard to jump into themselves. So it's just like, to me, they're defeating themselves. Like, they're trying to be smart. They want to be smarter than everyone else. But it's just, everyone's coming across so dumb. Is this movie over yet? Oh my goodness, we just made it to an hour. What happens for the rest of this movie? Oh my goodness. Hey, I know this is new, but he's probably saying nothing that doesn't add to or take away from the plot.
They tried to do a lot of that, the news and talking heads, because it's straight out of The Dark Knight Returns. And it really works in that comic because it's a good commentary on what's happening in the story. And it helps add a lot of background information. It was a way of presenting exposition and raising good questions, and it was done very effectively. But this film tries to do it, but I think there's just too many other problems for us to actually focus on what's being said there.
So, Wonder Woman, is she just going What is she?
She's an antiques collector.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just like, why is she just here?
Yeah.
And it's convenient she's here the 18 months after Metropolis where everything's about to go down.
It is.
But, yeah.
It's fate, man. It's Dr. Fate. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Once again, Wonder Woman is okay in this movie. But...
Just doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, and also... carrying a whole film's another story, which I'm
hearing good things so far. We'll see how it goes. Are those earrings snakes? No. Okay. Kind of looked like that. Could have made a very slight Catwoman reference there. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
And that kind of was one there. I've known a few women like you.
But once again, sure, she's fine in this movie. But this is a world where it's just... I don't know anything about this world. Like, we start with Man of Steel. The first time an alien's ever come to the planet, apparently. But then you get to Batman vs. Superman, eventually Suicide Squad. There's all these things always been here. You just,
Yeah.
It's just... I don't feel like they exist in this world.
Here we go.
Oh.
Nightmare sequence. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like...
Superman was supposed to be the touch point.
These characters, to me, doesn't feel like they should exist in this world, but they just been put in because the movie requires it. I don't know the rules of this universe. And once again, this scene was kind of cool, but serves no purpose and kind of...
I think the ultimate purpose of this is supposed to be a weird vision of the future. I think it's actually a combination of that and Batman's worst fears.
But technically, this is something that happens.
In a sense, I think it's, like I said, I think it's a combination of the future plus Batman's worst fears coming together. Because I don't think it's going to happen like this.
Is he actually... Okay, here's the thing. Is he actually seeing this? Or is this the Flash seeing it and he's coming back to tell him?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because I
think this is if the Justice League doesn't form and fails. That's my thing. If the Justice League is ever formed, this is the future.
But see, the way this plays out, I really don't think this is his dream. I think this is from the Flash. I think this is the Flash. I think this is from the future, but I don't think it's him having a vision about it. I think it's just been thrown in. And then the Flash is coming back to just tell him.
I think this scene was filmed because, and nothing against him, but I think because Zack Snyder wanted to do something really crazy.
But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure Bruce Wayne's just fell asleep because he's drunk.
Probably.
And then the Flash comes back and they try to make it seem like it was a vision. But once again, I'm pretty sure this scene's just... Those are really great green light bulbs.
Yeah, I know.
I want some green light bulbs like that. But yeah, like I said, I agree with you. This was just a scene and they tried to make it tie into the movie somehow.
See, I don't mind Batman killing in this future version thing. I don't mind it here because it's a weird alternate future. But all hope is lost.
Yeah, exactly. When we saw this and he is shooting, killing people, snapping necks, you're like, oh no, this something bad's really went down.
Yeah.
Then you get back to the real world and you're like, oh, that's just Batman. So.
Yeah, like I said, in this future version, I don't mind a bit. Because it's a weird future thing.
Exactly.
In fact, I would love to see like a one-shot graphic novel about this. That'd be really cool. Because basically Injustice mixed with Darkseid. Takes down a lot more guys in this extended edition. I do love that at least here you get a quick suggestion of how much of a force of nature Batman really is. It takes like 20 dudes to take him down, plus a parademon.
Once again, yeah, like I said, it's okay because we didn't know that. We just assumed something bad's really
You realize
happened.
we have not yet seen Batman punch anyone, except for right here, like in the actual real world.
Yeah. So, once again, I know nothing about anything. Is it implied? Okay, all these soldiers have Superman patches on their shoulders. So is he?
I believe
working for Darkseid.
I believe the implication. This is just my opinion. I believe the implication is Darkseid's taken over the planet. He has, somehow taken over Superman, and he's made Superman charge of the planet while Darkseid does his thing.
So the only question is, if this doesn't show up in the Justice League movie in some form or fashion,
I think they will reference it, but because look, she was my world, and you took her from me. So I think it's a possible future if Batman doesn't save Lois. That's why the Flash says, "Save Lois. She's the key."
well, I remember watching this in the theater. I had no clue who this guy was. It took me a second time to figure out this was the Flash.
See, that's the future if the Justice League is never formed or formed too late.
But
That's my opinion.
once again, they're going to have to pull this off incredibly well. Because the fact that Lois Lane's the key to Superman is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to put... I'm already hedging myself on Wonder Woman and Justice League because I have no faith in either one of those movies. And that's already made me even more concerned because she's going to have to be the key to Superman. That's already sounds terrible to me. So, you know what? Good luck to them.
Here's the thing, though. What if they do pull it off?
They won't.
They will.
No, they won't.
I'm going to have faith.
Nope.
I'm going to believe they will.
Nope.
I believe they'll pull it off. The White Portuguese. That's a weird name for a ship.
It's true, but... I don't know. To me, that should have been kind of the first place they looked.
This is added to the extended.
Once again, this movie didn't need 30 minutes added. It needs 30 minutes removed.
I'm going to be honest, this is one of those rare movies where I can honestly say, just scrap it and rewrite it. Because I believe there's elements in here that you could take out, that you could take and put into a good script. But it just, if this movie right here, the Ultimate Edition, is 3 hours long, there's probably about 30 to 40 minutes of things, footage and script-wise, that I would take and put into a different script. The rest of it, I just toss.
So, my question is, Kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
I know Batman's a detective, whatever. But would this information about Kryptonite be available to the public, you think? Because
My question is, how do they know Kryptonite hurts him?
Well,
how would he know? Lex Luthor knows because he could use it to take the skin off Zod.
But how did he know?
Well, he did get Lex Luthor's files. It could have been logged information.
No, I'm talking about how did Lex Luthor know? Like, Lex Luthor's got this knowledge that no human being should possess.
Well, they probably found Kryptonite, and he was experimenting with it, and took it close to Zod, and, because nothing else is going to cut him. Take a regular knife, it won't cut Zod. But he could have taken that Kryptonite, touched it against him, and it could have cut.
But he wasn't given access to his body until
That's true.
later. I'm just saying, everyone knows things that they shouldn't know for reasons. Freedom of Information Act. Pull it out on them right now. Oh, why?
I do like that they put a bit of sympathy in here, though.
But it's Superman.
He doesn't have
sympathy. Like, why does he care? Like, there's never been a moment where I'm like, this dude literally cares that Batman's killing people. You know what I mean? He smushed a guy at the very opening of this film through like 6 walls for some reason, because it was like, apparently that had so many layers in the building.
He should support Batman, because Batman's doing work he doesn't have to do.
Exactly. And if he did care, he would be in Gotham City where he is now doing something about it. So it's just like...
You could make the argument he has bigger fish to fry than Gotham, though.
But not really.
Yeah. Well, warlords and
He's been doing... Like, in the 18 months, he literally has been saving rocket ships, flood victims, cats out of the tree. He has nothing... He's got plenty of time on his hands. He works a full-time job at the newspaper, which I still don't know why he works there.
No one said it was full-time.
Well, it's pretty much, he's there all the time, so... Are we over? Is it over yet?
About an hour and 15 in.
Oh my goodness.
Take it easy. I'd like to point out something here. Couldn't he have just shot that tracker on there and waited till it got to its destination and then stole it?
That's what exactly. And also...
No one would have ever known.
But also, there's no need of the tracker.
Exactly.
He knows where it's going. And they take it exactly the only place it can go to.
Exactly.
And also, I know whatever, and me and you've talked about this. One issue I have with Batman, and something that I think is misunderstood, this whole movie he's running around with a gun of some sort. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And here's the thing, I don't have a problem with Batman using guns. I have a problem with him using lethal rounds.
But it's the imagery, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
It's Batman who doesn't kill people, whatever, you know. But this whole movie, he's always running around with a gun. And it's just weird. I will say,
Batmobile's kind of awesome.
We'll say there's no one in that car. Yeah. So we're good. We were good. But yeah. Like I said, that car's empty. We're still good so far. I may just let you take this sequence. I'm pretty sure you want to.
I just wonder what the Punisher's doing here. Yeah. There's really... When you have Batman kill, that's what he is. He is a high-tech Punisher. There's no guarantee that would kill them.
They totally changed that shot. Because I remember that being flattened.
Maybe.
But okay, those dudes are still alive. Great.
This dude is dead with a capital D.
And there's at least probably maybe 3 people in this.
I think it was what you said, why kill him? Obviously, the Batmobile's not really sustaining that much damage.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that dude is dead. Capital D.
Well, there was probably at least 3 people in that car.
Yeah.
There's a driver. There could be at least 2.
Yeah.
But
2 others.
Yeah. So that's...
Here's the thing, and I know we've talked about it many, many, many times. If Batman kills, why is the Joker still alive? One question. And granted, the Joker does slip away from him in Suicide Squad before he can actually see him face to face. So that it could be that since the Joker killed Jason, that might have caused Batman to start killing, and he could have not met him face to face again just yet. But
that's true. But then you look at Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Who captured the Suicide Squad in the first place?
Batman.
Exactly.
Why are they alive?
Exactly. So
That guy, you can blame it on him.
No, I'm chalking that up to 4. So 4 people, and I know a lot of people's like Batman. Well, I know one argument's been is like people would do kill counts. And it's like that wasn't a death, whatever.
Yeah.
He still killed about 1 too many people. There's no difference between like 1 and 4. Okay, so
No, there's a difference, but like here's the thing. Yes, in Tim Burton's original,
totally ripped that one dude's head off.
Yeah.
From that side.
But here's the thing: in Tim Burton's original Batman movie, 1989, Batman does kill, yes, and he does in the sequel. He does, but that one I can forgive because one, it's kind of Tim Burton's version, and I know you can say, well, this is Zack Snyder's version. He does kill, but it after the Nolan movies, and yes, you can make the argument for when he was training with Ra's al Ghul. He killed some of those people in the training area. You can make that argument, but
he didn't intentionally kill those people.
yeah, that's the thing.
Like he didn't physically drive his car over someone's skull,
or
you know
like
what I mean?
shoot bullets at them.
Exactly.
He tossed the flaming poker up there as a distraction to try and get out of there.
And to me, once again, yeah, he technically did kill all those people in that school. He killed Ra's al Ghul, but to me, it's just not the same thing.
And some people it may be.
Yeah, but. And it's just... And also, going into this movie, here's how I had this movie pegged out. How it was going to play out. I'm pretty sure most people did. Superman and Batman were going to fight the first time. Superman was probably going to win. Batman and Superman would fight a second time. Batman would beat Superman. Then we knew they would fight Doomsday at the end.
Yeah.
But that's not how it played out. And we get this scene.
Also, like to point out.
Okay, right here. I want to say this one thing real quick. You will. Superman has super hearing. Why didn't he not just be like, what'd you say? Excuse me? I mean, I'm always just like, to me, he would have been like, turn around, but like, punch him right in the face right then. Well, you know, I just found that hilarious.
I'd like to point out, and you've mentioned this before, he stopped Batman right there. Did you not see the other guys with guns that Batman was chasing? And did you just decide not to do anything about them?
Were they technically in Gotham just then, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Gotham. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Metropolis.
But once again, that comes back to if he was in Gotham just then, he stopped Batman, but let the bad people get away with guns that are going to kill people.
And look at this. By Batman's own intervention, he almost cost his own tracking device.
And once again, that whole Batmobile sequence is pointless.
That's true.
And that's nothing. This movie to me is just a bunch of scenes that don't connect anyhow. They try to, but it doesn't work because that literally went to the place he knew it was going to go to.
Well, it is possible that could be a hidden facility.
But it's not. It's the big white building in the middle of the city. So there was only one place it could have went, and that's where it went to. So
not a good detective.
That whole scene, pointless. So, is it over yet?
Afraid we still got half a movie
How
left.
is this possible?
It's been awful rainy in Metropolis lately. Is that a soup? No, okay.
I don't. So
is that a Superman statue?
What?
I don't. Right behind her.
I don't think
so.
I don't think it is. I think someone mentioned that sometime, and I don't.
I don't think it is. That cape's not long enough.
Yeah. I never did make the connection, though, between the Dark Knight Returns and all the news footage, like you said earlier. So, they at least tried something.
I'll say this. In the Dark Knight Returns, I believe there's 2 times whenever you can say Batman, quote-unquote, killed. And even then, he really... Okay, the biggest controversy and this is in the comic and the movie, I believe, or the animated movie. He's shooting rubber bullets at all the gang members in the dump. One gang member picks up a grenade. A rubber bullet hits him and knocks him down, and he drops the grenade, which rolls to a box of grenades. It explodes, kills him and a few other people. You can say that's Batman indirectly killing people. To me, that is a little bit on edge, but he wasn't actually killing them. It was the dude's own dumb fault for picking up a grenade and trying to use it against Batman's tank.
Again, here's the deal. Once again, I'm not a comic person myself. So, if I'm being absolutely honest, I don't have a problem with Batman killing as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's because I kind of know some stuff where I begin to take issue. But once again, like I said, I don't have a problem when he does like toss a grenade and people jump on it. Technically, that's Batman killing them, but I can chalk that up as their own fault. But once again, it's just this movie is already bad, and
that just compounds it.
Yeah, so. We just missed the Martha Kent scene, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Once again.
Yep.
You don't owe them anything.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, come on. And, okay, here's the deal. Well, actually, never mind. I just answered.
It just sounds like whoever wrote this, and I'm not trying to trash anybody personally, it just sounds like they're trying to come up with really epic things to say, and they sound epic, but they didn't stop to think, does this actually mean what I think it means?
Exactly. I mean, once again, you don't owe them anything, so... Exactly.
Okay, then leave.
Exactly. And
go get Lois, go move to a remote village somewhere.
That's why when Superman dies, I don't care. Because he owes us nothing. No offense. They didn't check that chair very good.
No. Then again, Lex would know what it would take to get past him. Since he seemingly knows everything.
Well, I know, but it would... I mean, they didn't even, like, check underneath.
I do like that portrait of Thomas Wayne back there. That was a nice touch.
Oh, didn't even... There's it. Oh, there it is. The head looks...
Photoshopped on, but...
Nope, terrible picture. That woman lied.
Yeah, under oath.
And she's just walking away. I mean, I saw KGB's behind her, but that woman's going to jail forever.
And they probably cut her loose because she was... Here's the thing. If she made a deal to give over Lex Luthor, which is probably what she did, they'd probably let her walk. But no one's going to be able to prosecute Lex Luthor because... Explosion.
I know, but I'm just saying that woman would still go to jail no matter what.
Yeah, I think they cut her loose if she gave them good enough info. I'm trying to see how much he gets paid. Do a close up.
I mean,
it's
in the thousands.
It looks like $1,700.
Yeah, I mean, I saw 4 digits. So.
See, this had the potential to be a really awesome scene.
Exactly.
Superman like slowly dropping down, walking into the courthouse, and actually defending himself. That had the potential to be awesome.
If it was about Metropolis, sure.
Yeah.
But we're still talking about this thing in Africa for some reason.
Guess who's getting pushed in front of a train?
I love how people are oblivious in movies. You would have. I mean, she still doesn't know he's right behind her. Come on, woman. Nah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, there. Well, you know what? You're dead, so. And of course, no one saw it, so. Because everyone's oblivious.
I'm sure they did, but. If it happens quick, they make quick.
Once again, even this would have been better at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, start the conflict earlier. Like, we're halfway. Yeah. Like, show the news footage, all those clips, Neil deGrasse Tyson for reasons. And then...
They should have shown that, and then him...
And then...
helping to build Metropolis, smelting together metal with his heat vision, lifting giant pieces of iron.
And, I mean, it would have been corny. I'm not going to lie to you, that stuff like that. But I think the movie could have benefited from... This movie needs a little cheese factor. Like...
Just a touch.
They're so serious. No one's having fun in this movie.
Here, I will say this. I will give them props. I believe they did lighten the red in that suit a bit. I'll give them props for that. The blue needs to be a whole lot lighter, but they did brighten the red, and I do give them props for that. I'm telling you, though, the New 52 Superman outfit is what should have been used.
Like I said, this should have been about the 10-minute mark in the movie.
I'll say 15, but yeah.
Once again. Well...
That jar is sealed, sir.
But... Wait a minute.
I do find it weird... I've heard someone mention this before, that Lex Luthor would sacrifice like his right-hand person, just like that.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not like she's...
Oh, it is open, you're right. It was closed earlier. Or it looked like it was. Anyway.
Once again...
See, he smells it.
Once again, Superman, heightened senses. Senator, there's a large amount of pee coming from your desk. He even suspects something and he still does nothing.
When it finally gets to it.
Okay, also...
Don't touch it.
Also, I just... That's... How long has he been collecting that? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to dwell on this, but...
Here it is. It must have been a heck of a bomb to do that.
Yeah, it's way too much overkill.
Well, it would have blown out that room and probably killed everyone in it, but beyond that...
Here's my main problem. I don't know why this turns people against Superman.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, this would actually begin people turning into his side.
To be fair, no one's going to know what happened in there, and people could think he just, lit the place up.
But they do know it was a bomb. I'm pretty sure they even state that.
I'll have to check and see,
But to me, this whole scene should turn everyone to Superman's side now. Because now, someone's trying to sabotage Superman.
Does it show him taking people out of that building?
I thought there was supposedly I thought there was a shot in this new.
Because if it shows him, taking people out. Okay, good. Alright.
So once again, this should be a turning point.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Why was this not in the theatrical cut?
Once again, I don't understand because people still hate him after this. Actually, this is the first time in my life I feel kind of bad for the dude because someone's trying to ultimately sabotage him. But apparently this just makes everyone hate him more for reasons. But anyway, I still hate him, so it don't matter. It's gone. That feeling for a moment was gone. Yeah, but that is true. I have no idea why this was not in the movie.
This might be the best scene I've seen so far.
Don't fly away. There's your.
He should have flown back into the building.
But I mean, he shouldn't even have. I mean, he probably got everybody out.
Yeah.
But
I've actually not seen this far in the Ultimate Edition yet, so this is new for me.
It's just an issue is he flew away.
Yeah.
He should have stayed.
He flew away to go talk with Ghost Dad, okay?
I don't know. It's getting worse. Oh, good thing you left the TV on, Alfred. Come on,
Wasting
man.
power, man.
Come on, man. You've been doing this your whole life. I know you're rich, but you don't have to rub it in everyone's face, Alfred. Why does Alfred like Superman so much?
I think he just doesn't want to see Batman get hurt by going up against him, or killed, mainly. See, Batman believes that Superman's probably what caused that at the courthouse, because they haven't mentioned anything about a bomb yet. So, nobody knows exactly what happened yet, so that's probably why Batman went full force to get that kryptonite just now.
I just... No one...
Awesome shot. Why did we not see this scene?
Listen, they traded an awesome scene that everyone would love to see because they thought it would be much more compelling storytelling to show Alfred chopping wood for reasons. Apparently, that Alfred chopping wood scene was much needed exposition.
It would have been awesome to have Eisenberg right here walking through this and seeing all this destruction, and then like cutting between him doing that and then Batman actually doing the destruction.
Once again, though, to me, see, bombing at U.S. Capitol.
Okay.
So it doesn't make any sense at all. And to me, that's a way you can begin to fix the movie. Have that happen a 15-minute mark. I would automatically turn to Superman's side.
Yeah.
But now, no, I'm not going to turn to his side anytime soon. Because, you know what? He's going to die, and I'm glad. So,
gosh.
like I said, start with the repairing the city, CNN, courtroom explosion. I feel bad for the guy, and then go from there. I don't know where you go from there, but fix something. But yeah, it's just this movie's put together wrong too. 1:30. Oh my goodness, got an hour and a half left. What am I gonna do? Once again, Lois Lane is way too important to the plot of these movies, and I don't like it. And apparently she's going to be the key to Justice League, so... Once again, it did on my world. My world exploded. You didn't know this till 18 months ago, and then you just adopt this whole persona. Why? You were born in the United States of America, in the heartland, in Kansas.
Well, he wasn't born there, but he was raised there.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. But then he's just like, I'm from Krypton. Krypton shouldn't, in my opinion, never be in your brain ever again.
Well, he doesn't have a Fortress of Solitude. So, like, I agree with you in that sense. If he had had one, I could say, yeah, he's learning about his past and all that, but he doesn't have one, yeah.
It's just, you're not a Kryptonian, man. Get over it. Oh, it's just so bad. It's a good thing that one crystal seems to take care of everything on these ships.
Yeah.
Because isn't that the one that technically destroyed, what's his face? Jor-El? Or is this a different ship? It's the same ship, right?
I don't think so. I think they were on the big mothership. Love how it's in English.
That's
I'll forgive that
yeah.
one.
That's the least of the problems.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Superman speaks English technically.
that's true. Batman's goal should never have been to kill Superman. Like in this specific plot, okay, it makes sense. But to have like what should have been Batman, like the non-killing Batman, his goal should have never been to kill Superman. It should have been to publicly humiliate him and show him he can be brought down by a single man.
I agree. I mean, the only explanation we are given is he has the power to destroy us all, and if there's even a 1% chance that he's going to do it, we have to stop him. That's literally the only explanation we get for Batman's desire to kill Superman.
It's a strong feller.
You think we're getting close, but don't worry. It's still hours, well, not hours away, but it's still
About an hour and a half.
It's still ways off. You know, you think he's building all these weapons. We're going to get Batman versus Superman. No, we're in there. Not yet. Here's my problem with the whole Wonder Woman reveal. So, it's a picture from 1918 with someone who looks like her. I mean, yeah, they look identical, but that's a huge leap in logic. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
this is you.
You ever seen those pictures of Nicolas Cage from the 1800s? Exactly.
It's just, and her concern is because of this one picture. If it was to go public, be like, yeah, there's a picture. Looks like me, doesn't it? Weird.
Chris Pine. I heard supposedly Wonder Woman doesn't have any deleted scenes.
Well, at least they've decided to quit doing the extended things. But once again, Lex Luthor releases that picture publicly.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is like, hey, that's weird. She does kind of look like me, doesn't she? That
Yeah.
solves everything. It's so dumb. Why is this movie so dumb? And where does he get this? Well, okay, never mind. Because apparently he's been...
Learning the knowledge.
It's still dumb. And what's his plan here? He creates Doomsday to kill Superman, but that's about all as far as his plan goes. He has no plan for... And also, can I just state, and this comes from somebody else, why do you always cut your hand? Why not cut, like, the back of your arm if you need blood? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're going to need that hand later. Your hands are your, like, most important part. Just cut something that you don't need. It's just like, his plan is to destroy Superman with Doomsday, but what do you do with Doomsday? And as we will come to see later on, if he was to succeed, Doomsday was about to kill Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
So it's just, come on, people. And also, apparently, this is things this ship can do for reasons. So, so Superman's gone. Clark Kent's gone. Just coincidence, I guess. He must be in serious mourning. He was such a Superman fanboy.
At the end of this movie, Superman dead. On an unrelated note, Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent.
Exactly.
Pictures side by side. That's not in this movie. The side by side, but still.
Oh, I know, but he was still in the same paper. I mean, come on,
They said the same thing about Dark Knight Rises. It's like Batman and Seymour's unrelated deaths of Batman and Bruce Wayne. I mean, just hilarious. Why are you walking? You could fly there. At this point, that should totally discredit that Superman had anything to do
Exactly.
with this.
That Superman was a co-conspirator.
Didn't he go to Superman's statue and write "false god" on it?
Exactly. I mean, also to me, they're giving him a lot of credit because Superman is this ultimate power, but he's still burning bodies and using bombs. He doesn't have to.
Exactly.
So far, I can say no extended part of these movies has helped. And, I mean, once again, we're only halfway through. Maybe there's an extended cut that'll do something, but
there was the Superman in the courthouse scene.
Oh well, once again, it was too little, too late, and it was in the wrong spot. So I don't care. If I'm being honest with you, my problem and the reason I never had any intention of watching the extended cut is because the problem with this movie is it's not too long, or it's not long enough. The problem is the script itself. No matter how much you add, was never going to fix the plot. You were just going to actually convolute it even more. Well, you know what? Who cares? He should have smelt the huge jar of pee on the desk. And how do you know that? Well, so apparently he just sits around and tells her all his weaknesses. More power to you.
Well, they've apparently been together for 18 months, so I'm sure.
How do you bring that up in a conversation?
I can't see through lead, by the way. Well, she's probably asking what can you do and what can't you do.
Why is this scene in this movie?
Because they needed to get Kevin Costner back for a cameo. What's up, Clark?
And also, you just don't throw in a vision of a dead man with no reason.
How's the afterlife been treating you, Dad? Oh, it's pretty terrible. I just sit on this mountain and play with rocks all day.
Like, it's just, like, yeah.
View's pretty good, but...
You know, if it was like a normal human being climbing a mountain and he's beginning to die, sure. Superman's not going to die, so he's just apparently insane. He is mentally unstable. He's a sociopath. He just...
I'm just now beginning to realize how much of a slaughter fest this is.
But am I not right? Superman is insane.
You're right.
You know what? And basically, his dad is still not giving that great advice. I saved the farm, but then I've killed all these people down the river. Or you killed all these animals down the river. You're just a bad man. You're just a terrible human being that died in a tornado that
you could have easily been saved
into.
Martha. Might as well say it.
Hey, he said the line, "She was my world." So that's where he gets it from. Still doesn't matter, but guess that's a callback. And he's gone.
Who piled the rocks?
Oh, interesting.
Because apparently that mountain's impassable, as they just said.
Maybe it wasn't a vision.
Squad. You said suicide. Suicide Squad. I do like that line. I'm older now than my father ever was.
This may be the only thing that matters. Killing Superman. There's no logic. He wants to kill Superman, but I don't know why. And Superman's worried about the Batman for reasons. Still doesn't explain anything.
He's going hunting. With this universe, I don't doubt there's a little Damian Wayne running around somewhere. So
Hey, she's true. She's right. Why did he fly away? He should have stood right there. Could have resolved a lot, actually, I think. But you know what? The plot needed him to leave. So people would still hate him. Oh no, something's gonna happen to her. But you know what? After that one scene, I don't care.
turns out she ran faster than anticipated to accidentally kill her. I do love the bat suit right here. I think it's pretty epic looking.
That's about the only good thing I can say about this whole sequence coming up. Also, that bat's symbol is so big, it would just make a big blob in the sky.
You're probably right.
It wouldn't make a bat. And, waiting for it, is this the next shot coming up?
I'm just going to wait here.
Wait a minute. Right there. I love how it's raining in Gotham City, but not in Metropolis.
Not yet.
But it never does.
That's true.
It never does. And also, wait, I've lost track so far.
It makes me think, Batman turns that light on, by the time Superman shows up, has he been waiting for like 3 hours just standing there?
But that's the thing. Superman was never going to go to that light unless he had the conversation with Lex Luthor.
Well, he would. He told Batman next time they turn your light on, don't show up. He would probably went by just to see if Batman did.
I don't think he would. Just because of where this movie's went to. Superman's just basically given up. So I think he would have just been like, whatever. Oh, great. We actually
Here's the
get
thing.
to
I
see.
think if Superman would have given up, I think he just would have went full Injustice Superman. I don't think he would have, like, just not done anything.
Still would have been better than this thing. That's right in the middle. That's nothing.
That's a tall building right there.
Yeah, Lex Luthor's theme is really bad. It's like, it's so mustache twirling villain bad. It's not even funny.
And it's not the best piece of music. I don't think it's bad, but no, I don't care for it personally. Chigolas.
Now we're going to have like a 10-minute intro to philosophy lesson. Because this movie needs padding.
Yeah, she could probably just like knee him in the crotch and throw him off the side of the building if she wanted to.
You know what? I was waiting until after he got done, but I was going to say all she has to do.
It's right there, push.
No, exactly. Push him off the building.
No guards are up there.
It wouldn't matter if there were guards or not.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is painful to watch. And if you're Lois Lane is a smart person. She would have never let him get behind her like that.
I don't
On the
like
edge of
that
the bank.
Superman catch where he's just kind of there. I know what they were going for, and also this shot, it just looks weird to me.
And that building is huge.
Distorted.
Well, and so that building is apparently the largest building in the world.
Well, it can take you quite some time to fall from
Oh
a
no,
building.
I'm talking about from the flight to where he was at to the ground. It's like a whole 20 seconds.
Let's throw in a timer for fun.
So, okay, he was on the mountaintop
I
talking
think
to
some
his
time has
ghost
passed.
dad. Yeah, but he was coming back.
Yeah.
Why? Just cause? Clark Joe.
Like I said, this version of Superman, okay, but like authentic Superman, like he would deny vehemently that he is a god.
Once again, I agree with that, and he may think he is to a certain extent because he's from Krypton. I'm Kryptonian.
He has special powers, but like he can be hurt. He can be killed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for some reason, he still got it in his brain where. And once again,
how are two major cities that close together?
And it's raining over there. But
his hair is a little wet if you look.
Why was it his goal in the first place to have Batman fight Superman?
I think he wanted to kill two birds with one stone. He wanted Batman or Superman to kill Batman, and then Doomsday to kill Superman, so that no one would be able to oppose him.
So my question is, did Lex Luthor not like Batman prior to him stealing his kryptonite?
Probably not.
So
because he knew Batman was investigating him.
So, but that automatically throws a wrench in his whole entire plan. Because this plan has been set out from the beginning, Batman versus Superman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just now, oh no, I got to throw in Batman to get rid of it. So once again, it's so convoluted that it starts falling apart.
I love the how it should have ended. I do love his eyes glow right there, but I do love the how it should have ended. Like he just flies off and finds her, and it's like, how'd you find her? I'm Superman, dude. And look, if she was in like some underground lead line bunker in the middle of nowhere, I can understand him not finding her. But she's literally in a warehouse close by.
I'm pretty sure she's in Gotham where he's heading. And also,
if Superman would have just stayed in the air and talked to Batman for 2 minutes, entire thing resolved.
Exactly. And also the fight lasts, I think, 8 minutes. I think that is literally the runtime of the fight.
It should have been a 20-minute fight. Easy.
But also the fight, the fight itself is terrible.
There's a couple cool moments, but
it's terrible, and we'll get to that because we're still not. The fight's still almost like 10 minutes away. It's ridiculous. Right. But like, he should have. Okay, here's the deal. Right then, he could have killed Lex Luthor, everybody in that helicopter. There would have been nobody to contact the people in the warehouse.
It's true.
And then he could go get Batman and save his mother. And the movie, it's so dumb. Did no one think about these things?
Apparently not.
Because like I said, it's all hinging on Lex Luthor making a phone call. But if he kills everyone there, no one's going to make that phone call, and he at least has 60 minutes to find his mother. And he's going to find her in probably 5 at the most. So it's just like...
What's going on, dude?
Is it over yet?
I agree. Like I said earlier.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's almost 2 hours and there's still an hour left. What is happening?
It's Jenny Olsen, supposedly. Although I think they moved away from that. And now, here's a 5-minute word from our sponsors, Justice League. Granted, they may have changed it for this Ultimate Edition, but I'm telling you, that scene where...
Okay, go ahead.
That scene where Wonder Woman looks at all those profiles, that should have been an after-credits scene.
I have to go to Gotham City to convince him to help me. There is no point where he ever tries to convince him to help him. And there are numerous ways Superman could contact Batman and talk to him.
Right here. Why is this right here? This should have been a mid-credit scene, mid or after credit scene. Just take out the news footage of all that happening right there.
The only problem, did he just now send that email?
I believe so.
He's on the roof.
Did you see the subject line?
No.
Boys share too.
Well, but he's on the roof. He's like, well, he's been standing there so long. He's like,
hold on.
I guess I'll hit up this girl.
Yeah, might as well. She kind of hot. I believe she was actually Miss Israel in real life.
I think you're right. It is you. Who are you? Where have you been? Once again, hey, she does look like me, don't I? Solved everything. And also, they created the logos. It
should have just been like, I would have been okay if he would have named them like you just saw an underscore Wonder Woman.
And but it still should never be their actual names either.
Yeah, those mouse movements are too perfect. Watch the bottle of milk. It never. He doesn't drop it.
I don't know. To me, it's also weird we see the Flash then. I think this is the worst thing ever. It's kind of goofy.
You can tell he's holding his breath.
I don't know. To me, it's just goofy. And he's taking way too long. Yeah, this
should have been after credit scene. There's Victor Stone.
And once again, this one seems like it needs further explanation, which we may get, we may not.
I think we will because it has to deal with the mother box.
Because like the other ones, okay, whatever. But there's
Dr. Pepper.
There's something really missing here.
Yeah. And I think you'll get this in Justice League. I think you'll get like a 5-minute.
Like I said, actually,
I have a bit more faith for Justice League because Joss Whedon was working on the project before Zack Snyder left, and he did do Avengers, so I do have.
Well, that's true, but Joss Whedon's.
I've been standing here for 4 hours in the rain.
Once again, Joss Whedon's style and stuff gets on my nerves. So
here's the thing: when he's reined in a little bit, like the first Avengers, it's fantastic. Whenever he's allowed to go a little bit overboard, like he did in Age of Ultron.
Once again, we don't know all the details, but DC would give him free reign.
Yeah. So
that has me worried now.
But then again, he was working under Zack Snyder. I think the two of them together would rein each other in.
To me, ever since...
Just talk to him. Just talk to him.
Exactly. Start talking now. Start talking now. Nope, I'm going to plant...
I love that line and shot right there, though. That is cool.
I'm going to walk toward you intimidatingly. Just stop. Land softly. Bruce, I need you to help me save my mom.
I'm really happy he used other tricks than just the kryptonite gas, though.
Talk to him.
Don't shove him.
You're
gonna need his help.
Listen. You may like this fight. This is the dumbest fight I've ever seen. It was so
I
hyped
like
up.
moments in this fight.
It was so hyped up, and this is the only reason people went to the theater. It lasts 8 minutes, and it ain't worth any of the 2 hours we waited to get here. Also, he's got a stupid spear. Put the bullets in the guns and kill him right now.
Yeah.
Also, I'm here to save my mother has never once been uttered. He hasn't even tried. He's pushed him. He's intimidated him. He's still walking at him.
Yeah.
Your mother is about to die, and you need his help.
Yeah.
But you still are not doing that. Why? And this all hinges on Batman getting back to the spear that he planted.
Yep.
Here's an idea. Put the kryptonite in your gauntlets.
Yep.
Anything.
See, like I said, some of the shots here I like a lot.
It's just it's too little, too late.
Oh yeah, I agree.
This movie was over for me at 6 minutes, so I'm just trying to get through it at this point.
That shot had a very much a Sin City vibe. I do like right here how he catches it.
But wait for it. Wait.
He actually wouldn't know what to do right there, though, to be fair.
But wait.
Okay.
Wait for it. Here's the idea, Batman. Why don't you go lay into him?
Yep. Oh, he wants to taunt him, though.
Everyone talked about how cool a shot that is.
That's a cool shot.
He was going to punch Batman's head off.
Yeah, that's true.
He did not know
That's true.
his powers were gone. So you know what? Yeah, it looks cool. Dumb. Because he didn't...
Yeah.
He was going to kill Batman right then. Once again, they didn't think this thing's through. They was like, you know what? This looks cool. But that's it.
True.
This movie's based solely on
would have been cool.
what looks cool and what doesn't.
I would have been cool with the idea that Superman's there to stop Batman, kill him if necessary, but I just don't like that Batman's wanting to kill Superman.
Exactly. This fight, once again, he's there to save his mother.
Yes.
But that has never came up.
He could be talking right now.
Yes.
Saying stop.
Right now, I need you to help me save my mother. But nope, he's feeling his power returns. So what is he going to do? He's going to kick Batman through a wall. I mean, what's the deal? I'm just ready for this to be over. Let's move on. I'm ready for this movie to end.
I do like this right here, where he hits him and then the gauntlet just like starts breaking.
Once again, I need you to help me save my mom, but no, I'm going to kill you.
I can understand him being ticked off at this point, though.
But it's his fault.
Yeah, that's true.
Every bit of this is Superman's fault. This whole movie is Superman's fault. Or well, it should have been, but no, it was some weird incident in Africa. That's the whole premise of this movie.
Right here, I can't
1,
defend
2,
this.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. He's faster than a speeding bullet.
I know.
And he's literally let him stay there for 20 seconds
and
took another kryptonite to the face.
Yep.
Dumb. I'm just ready for it to be over.
Like I was like, I'm just gonna grab this here sink, smack it over your head.
And
I was watching wrestling last night and just
problem is, this is Batman versus Superman. You can technically not do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you could a little bit, but it's just, once again, they've already...
Could just broke his neck right there. Been done with it. If he wanted to kill him, he doesn't necessarily have to do that. He could have just broke his neck right there. Because if he's going to hit him over the head with a sink and that works... Landed on my tailbone.
And he's still not finished.
Oh, he should have landed on top of him. Like he did earlier on the roof.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you are trying to kill the guy.
And instead of just going and grab the spear right now,
I'm just going to drag him there.
And then he's going to...
And takes his time. Time Superman could be getting his power back.
And also, I mean, I guess because he took 2 canisters, it's taking longer.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't be completely knocked out at this point. And you know what? I'm still talking, and I could stab you right now, but I'm going to take you on a merry-go-round.
Yep.
Because I need Lois Lane to get here.
See, if he wasn't trying to kill Superman, but humiliate him and bring him down, the talking would make sense.
Exactly. But he's trying to kill him.
By the way, taking out that many pillars, wouldn't that place start to collapse?
Probably, but they didn't think about that. It was just like, you know what? This looks cool.
I do understand why he hid the spear down there, so Superman wouldn't look too closely.
Oh, that's true, but put it in your gauntlet and
hide it with lead. Yeah,
exactly.
Pop it open at the last second. Boom.
Exactly, or put it in the machine guns.
Like
end it.
In the Batman comic, Batman Hush, Superman is enticed by Poison Ivy, and Batman has to fight him. He puts on a kryptonite ring, and where it's so small a source, it doesn't hurt Superman too badly. But it allows Batman to punch him and kind of hurt him. But, still, it was awesome for what it was. Don't know why they couldn't have. Here it goes. I do like that line.
Once again.
Why waste time cutting him?
One thing I will say, I do agree. If that line would have been awesome if he wasn't trying to kill him.
Yes.
I'm sorry. He's like, why did you say that name? Okay, here's the deal. I've thought long and hard about this. I understand what they were going for.
Yeah.
Save Martha.
It was just a poor execution.
For the longest time, I was like, why didn't he just say, save my mom? Mm-hmm. But I understand why he said save Martha, because he's going to die, so he's trying to relay this final bit of information, save Martha Kent. Problem is, this should have been said 8 minutes ago instead of right now. And why, it's just, how is this the only way they could figure to end this fight?
The only thing I can think of, and they weren't rushed in writing this script. So I don't know.
They pushed this movie back a year.
What?
And
now I will say this. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that I'm sure we don't know about, and it's possible Goyer and Terrio could have written this script, and Warner Brothers could have brought in 40 other people to work on it, and we just don't know about it. And they could have said, here's our draft, and it could have made perfect sense. Warner Brothers could have been like, we need to add all this Justice League stuff. We need to do this. We need to do that. That's too harsh. Take it out. I'm not trying to blame the studio. I'm just saying stuff like that could have happened that we just don't know about.
That's true, but that's
speculation.
Yeah, but that whole Martha scene, that's, once again, I know why he did it. He's about to die. He's trying to get her name out there. But
lead with that, man.
You lead with that, and also, but the problem still is,
and now they're best friends.
The problem is that even if there's a 1% chance, does not change no matter what his mother's name is. And it's just, their moms having the same names.
It's kind of cool, but, you know.
It made them totally become
best
friends forever. And it's
even under different circumstances, different script, at the end of this movie, they shouldn't be best friends. They should have a grudging respect for each other, but they shouldn't be friends yet.
And it's like...
Alfred, I've changed suits.
Well, yeah, and it's also like, I let him down. No, you didn't. You saved his mom.
Yeah.
You did everything. You held up your end of the deal.
He sacrificed himself of his own volition. You didn't fail.
Exactly, and it's like I said, Batman vs Superman, the thing we always wanted to see. It was bad, it was underwhelming, and it was all resolved because their moms had the same last name.
It only lasted 8 minutes. You want some glorious Batman v Superman action? Go watch the ending of the animated Dark Knight Returns. That's fantastic right there. That's what we should have seen.
And no offense, you shoot her in the head right then and there.
Yeah.
And the problem is everyone...
And right here, oh my gosh.
Well, yeah. Don't worry, he just kills about 10 more people. But everyone always...
Watch the look on his face. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting. But watch the look on his face while he does this.
Like, yeah, that's not a person who never...
Right there.
That's never... Yeah, but even prior to that, that's not a face of a person who never killed before.
Exactly.
He's been killing for quite some time.
At least since Jason died.
Or he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Or maybe forever, so we just don't know. But my problem is with this movie, everyone, and I don't know how people do it, I just can't. People are always like, there's enough small elements in a movie that I can't say I hate it. To me, this is the worst. I give this a worst movie ever rating. Everyone always brings up this scene. This scene, yeah, it's sort of cool. They released it before the movie came out. And also, it's too little too late, and it's not enough to save this movie.
That shouldn't have been Martha Kent, this should have been our introduction to Batman.
Exactly.
Because this is a live action Batman Arkham video game scene. That's exactly what it is. Just with killing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not... Like I said, I'm okay with Batman being brutal.
Yeah. Look, you can pop bones all you want. It's just Batman will not cross that line of killing. Like that right there, that's fine. Batman will not cross that line of killing because he knows once he does, he can't go back.
Exactly.
Okay, right here. That's kind of the issue.
That one...
That's on Batman, because he knew what would happen.
Yeah.
If that dude would have thrown it behind Batman, and then Batman would have done something to knock a guy into it unknowingly, then it's not really on him.
If it was Christian Bale Batman, I'd give it to him. But this Batman does kill people, so he knew what he was doing.
There's some blood splatters. That dude's dead. Also, I like this and I don't. I like the preparedness of Batman to where, like, he can take those knife and coming up gunshots directly to the head with that armor. But also don't like it because it means, like, Batman's not vulnerable anymore.
Exactly.
I do love that right there. See, like, if someone can do that and it's not going to stop him.
Once again, I'm just biding my time to the end of this movie. I'm done. Oh my goodness, there's still 42 minutes.
Some of that's credits.
How is that possible?
And I'm even cool with this right here because he doesn't stab him in the heart, just in the shoulder. You just break that guy's neck.
He did something. I don't know what he did.
And I do love this part. This is straight out of Dark Knight Returns, and I do appreciate the homage Zack Snyder put in. Love he just comes through the wall. But, okay, here's what I'm saying. If he can shoot that, why not shoot the gas line right there? See it?
That's true.
Shoot the gas line. I mean, granted, that's a much harder shot, especially since it's an elastic line.
Here's the deal. Why don't you just shoot him in the face and get it over with?
It's true.
Also, I don't like this just for the simple fact he's like, I will kill her. You're going to have to shoot me. I know. I will always hold to the fact that Zack Snyder was like, everyone hated Superman killing so much Zod because he had no choice. I'm going to put Batman in the same position where he only has one choice. He has to kill a guy.
See, I can take that away. You know how Batman would have stopped it? And so he would have taken his other hand, not the one on the gun. He would have thrown a batarang, knocked the nozzle of that of the flamethrower away, and then pounced. He would have had enough time.
So how does he know Superman's not dead? Oh, okay, never mind. I guess he was supposed to come back. Did he literally just say the white wabbit? Oh,
I'm sure.
Goodness.
I do like his look on his face right here. Sorry about my phone going off, folks.
Once again, it would have been fine if this was the comic Lex Luthor. This is this weird Facebook Lex Luthor. And this movie was already bad, but now we just go into a CGI third act.
Yep.
At least that statue's going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
It's one good
And the
thing to come.
completely evacuated downtown metropolis, right?
Uh-huh. And they make mention of that at least twice.
They didn't.
They ran away from the problem altogether.
They could have just had what should have happened. You should have had Superman taking on Doomsday and Batman, Wonder Woman for a short time, helping get civilians out. That would have taken care of it. I don't care for this look for Doomsday. He really is a Lord of the Rings cave troll.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't put the bone spikes on him.
I mean, he does get them slowly.
But like on his face, it would have looked much better.
He's literally going to punch Lex Luthor right now.
Yeah.
And here we go.
And boom!
So, like, exactly. If Superman wasn't there, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Not in trouble, you're dead.
What?
He would have been like pudding. Superman's like, I'm tired of getting punched. That is a cave troll. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Lord of the Rings enough. That is a cave troll. Also, I personally, and this is just a personal thing, I have an issue with Doomsday's size. Because he's probably like 12, 13, 14 feet tall. I would have much rather him been closer to Superman size.
I actually agree. I think he's way too big.
I don't mind him being like probably 8 feet tall and maybe a good bit wider than Superman.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he is too tall. I agree with that. Good thing this ain't Suicide Squad.
Be a giant blue beam.
Or those helicopters will all be destroyed.
That's true. Maybe they will be anyway. Where's Commissioner Gordon? He hasn't been cast yet.
Exactly.
He probably would have been the first one there. I think we'll probably get the explanation at the end of Wonder Woman, or at least in Justice League. But I think she has like given up on humanity for the most part. I think she's just trying to find her way in the world.
I'm sure it's going to be because Chris Pratt dies.
Probably.
Or something. Something dumb, probably.
I don't know. I'm not counting out Wonder Woman just yet.
I'm done. I'm still banking on reboots.
I do like the way he has his heat vision, where it's like eyes and mouth.
Well, I mean, I guess he does, but he also, for some reason, releases electricity.
Anderson Cooper.
Oh, that's a great Tom Ford joke, Alfred. Thank you.
I would have preferred Giant Evil Death Machine, but
it's taken about 2 hours, but we finally got 3 jokes in this movie. We got the Martha Kent one was like the capes.
you like the Marvel kid stuff that's all jokey, right?
Exactly. Actually,
here's what I like. I understand he gets hit with a nuke, but like, I kind of wish Superman had just thrown him into the sun. That would have just taken care of the issue.
Here's the deal: you take him away from Earth's atmosphere, he's never coming back. He would never
throw him into the sun.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't even have to throw him into the sun.
Yeah.
You get him out of the atmosphere, he's going to be in space forever.
I think they did that in the comics. They like tied him to an asteroid and like threw him in a part of space where nothing was.
Like I said, you could just do that.
Yeah. I don't think a nuke could get there that fast.
Listen, once again, that's the least of this movie's problems. I'll give them that. I'll give them a nuke.
Just step aside and let it hit him. You saw it, Superman. You know it's coming.
And you don't have to hold him either.
Exactly. Let go, let the nuke hit him, then fly back and punch him even higher.
He wanted that cool shot for the camera. You know, in the old series, he always at the end would fly out smiling and winking at the camera. He needed that shot.
By the way, this right here would more than likely cause an EMP that would completely wipe out Metropolis and Gotham and totally fry all electrical systems and send them back to the 1800s.
Yep.
Just happened to land on an island.
That's uninhabited.
Yeah.
Second time.
I'm sure there were a few squatters there that just died.
Like I said, we were told Superman was going to face consequences, and I thought maybe they were going to try to approach the stuff, but they didn't. They didn't even try. They're just like, what's happened has happened. We're not even going to discuss it ever again.
Yeah, he is getting those bone spikes now, but just
but he never
you
gets
should
it
lead
on
with
his face.
that. Yeah, he gets a few knots, but not like the Doomsday, I would hope to see.
I mean,
And this is also straight out of Dark Knight Returns. Like I said, a lot of inspiration was taken from it.
Yeah.
One cool thing about it, though, in the comic, Superman can actually absorb solar radiation from plants. So, like, he sucked an entire field of flowers dry just to give him enough energy to get out of the nuclear blast zone.
I mean, okay, you used one nuke on it. It's unkillable. You've tried nothing else yet. But
Dude, drop a rod from God on it. You know what that is?
Yep.
It's a giant tungsten rod they can drop from space.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Was that in that movie?
Yep.
Okay. It was also in a Call of Duty game. Pretty sure it's a real thing, too. Let me turn around and go get that spear.
So, he said... Okay, never mind. Never mind, I don't think that's what he meant. So we're okay. Here's the deal. Keep flying to Gotham.
Putting more innocent lives in danger.
Yep. But nope, I could have been halfway to Gotham and back when I'm going back. Another, and I don't know, probably shouldn't say this now, but another problem with Justice League, we've already seen from the trailer, he's still, I mean, they've justified it with parademons, but he's still shooting and blowing up people.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I can forgive parademons because they're not technically people.
But it's, I don't know, he's got this weird set of rules.
Yeah.
Like I said, that would have been a cool shot if I cared about this Superman, but I don't. Wasn't that convenient? It didn't rub your head into the concrete.
Yeah, that's in every movie, though. Batman doesn't cower.
I know, I never did like that shot. I don't know why.
He would have a quick release button in that. I keep my suit with me at all times.
It's just, it's so, I don't know. She doesn't, she's not bad, but it just doesn't need to be in this movie at all. I mean, her.
Yeah.
Also, her theme is extremely distracting.
It doesn't mesh that well.
It's a little bit over the top. And for some reason, she knows all this stuff.
Well, to be fair, she is probably thinking, like, if the spear could hurt Superman, it can probably hurt this thing.
Okay, also, why was one of the things they hyped up so much leading into this movie Aquaman?
I don't think they hyped it up. I think it was is he going to appear or not?
Well, but they kind of pushed it and made it seem like it was going to be a thing. Because he was the only one that got a poster, redesign, all this other stuff. And it was going along with the Batman v Superman stuff. Then, all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, it was just a thing.
Of course she's with Batman. I thought she was with you. Of course.
Actually, I don't have a problem with that line because Batman doesn't technically know where she's from either.
That's true. I still like that theory that it was Superman's cousin, Kara, who came to Earth in that pod from Man of Steel, and she's like the progenitor of the Atlanteans and Athenians.
The only problem is...
Or Themysciran, sorry.
Unless that's explained, it's dumb.
Yeah.
And it's a waste. And once again, Lois Lane is in peril because reasons. Once again, she annoys me. The character.
That was an awesome shot.
But then Superman, they showed his face and ruined it.
You're merciless, man.
Listen, I've given this universe 3 movies worth, and I've watched this movie now 4 times. I've given up. And also, I feel... Also, this wasn't done that well either because Batman has nothing to do in this fight.
Here's the thing. Her sword can cut his skin. Why not plunge your sword into the thing's heart?
Well, again, there's Batman. We're just making sure he's still around, but he's not going to do anything, don't worry.
I wish he was still in his Batwing.
Are you holding your breath? Because I know that you...
I haven't tried it yet. I do like this little fight right here.
If I...
That was a good moment.
Once again, though, this just proves that he could have found his mother with no problem.
Yep. You're right.
So, it's just, no. She was fine like 3 seconds ago. She didn't just now pass out.
Maybe.
And also, he jumps in for a kryptonite spear. I know he has to, but he just killed himself. Be like, I'm gonna save the day. Oh, I'm drowning.
Batman jumps in. He's too heavy. No. Wonder Woman can't. Well, here's the thing. In most incarnations, Wonder Woman can fly. Can she fly in this?
We don't know. I mean, from this movie, we never get that impression, so I really don't know. Batman, he's always got his gun handy.
That's a grappling hook.
Doesn't matter, it's still a gun. It's the imagery.
I don't have a problem with that. Here, let me float back up.
No offense, but Lois Lane, if they needed her to do one thing in this movie, go back and get the spear.
Yeah.
Well, could have broke it. She didn't know. She's just like...
Yeah. Turns out it was thin as glass.
You know what? There's an entire...
Why would he care now?
There's a giant monster destroying this, uninhabited island.
I do love that smile, though. That was good.
He may kill this person that... Actually, you know what? It makes sense now that I think about it.
What?
I was going to say, Doomsday's doing all this stuff, but you know what? Take your time to love on your woman, but you know what? It's an uninhabited island. He doesn't know who Batman or Wonder Woman is. So you know what? Who cares? Just let them all die. You just take your time, Superman. You just take your dear sweet time.
Once again, Wonder Woman was able to cut that thing's hand off. She can cut the head off.
Once again, no one likes Superman. The only way they could figure to make it right is for him to sacrifice himself, but he didn't have to because there's Batman and Wonder Woman who could...
What should have happened... Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Which Batman should have shot that kryptonite gas, hit Doomsday. Superman should have flown as fast as he could, picked up the spear and thrown it as hard as he could. It would have hit Doomsday and Wonder Woman would have jumped up and kicked it harder into the thing's chest and killed him.
Exactly.
And that would have been awesome.
He is his father's son. He killed himself for no good reason, just like Paul Kent did while walking into a tornado.
It's true. You could have thrown it. It's a spear.
Once again, you're breaking your own rules, and I don't like it. Why does that kill Superman? Is my question.
Because it's right through his heart.
It still doesn't make sense. It's not well defined. Once again, he died, didn't have to, just like Paul Kent. So you know what? Paul Kent did make a lasting impression on his son. You know what? Just kill yourself. Yeah.
It's cool imagery, but
I'm just happy because now it's almost over. It feels like we've been here forever. Okay, boo-hoo, he's dead. Whatever. Don't care. And now we're going to have to sit through like a 5-minute funeral sequence.
this has a lot of Christian imagery in it right here.
Once again, she's always there when she doesn't need to be.
If you'll notice right here how he wraps him up and lowers him down in the cape. And then you see the cross in the background right there.
It's just, I mean, I should feel something for
Yeah,
this
I'm
character,
with you, man.
but I don't. He was.
And you're talking to the guy who, when he was a kid and watched Spider-Man 2, when Spider-Man stopped that runaway train and then like passed out from the effort, I was like, oh man, that made such an impact on me. And he didn't even have to die for it to happen. It's because I was connected to that character.
Exactly. I feel nothing for this character. And it's just because he's not Superman. He was a threat to humanity, and he's now gone, and I'm happy. We got Batman, that's all we need. And Wonder Woman. We don't need Superman now.
Trailer shot.
Yep. Also, because we're winding down here, they've killed Superman now. But he's not dead. You know, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's just like Batman. There's now nothing that can literally kill him. You know what I mean? He literally took a spear through the heart, and that did not kill him. So,
to be fair,
once again, my problem with Superman, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to overcome of it. And I know you always tell me he can be hurt, he can be killed, but I've never seen it happen.
I understand.
And to me, he's stupid powerful, and I don't know how you could ever like a character like that.
Like I said, I've been a proponent of depowering Superman a bit. Not all the way, but I do believe his power level needs to come down.
And my problem is...
Look at that afterbirth.
And the problem is, it's just like, now you've literally used the only thing that could kill Superman didn't work. So I know there's no stakes anymore.
Well, to be fair, it's probably going to be Darkseid stuff that brings him back. And not only that, to quote John Campea from Collider, unless you see their head cut off and their body turned to ashes, they're not dead.
Well, I understand that. Marvel's killed 100 people and they're all still alive.
Yeah.
But it's just there's no stakes anymore. And
that's the problem. I think today we're too much on the extremes where it's like a Marvel type thing where this character's dead. No, they're not. This character's dead. No, they're not. Or it's Game of Thrones where everybody dies. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's no middle ground where you can make a character death meaningful and then let that character stay dead. But,
once again, it wouldn't matter. And it wouldn't matter if Superman was a great character if he comes back.
Yeah.
But I don't like him. And I'm okay if he didn't come back for 2 or 3 movies. But that's not going to happen. He's going to be back by the end of the year. So
I do hope we get the black suit, bearded, mulleted Superman.
I can almost. I'm going to say we may get black suit, but no mullet.
I believe we will get a beard, though.
Possibly. The only reason is because he had one in Man of Steel. If he didn't have one in Man of Steel, they wouldn't have given him one.
That's some tasty looking food. I'm pretty hungry, so heck yeah.
It's all pretty burnt, actually.
Yeah, it looked good, nice and crispy on top.
Wait, they're actually there?
Who?
See, Perry White wasn't there in the theatrical cut.
Yeah, this is the Clark Kent funeral, though, not the Superman.
I know, but
I don't think that's the same priest from the first one.
it doesn't look like it. He probably quit.
Hey, it's that dude from Denny's, or IHOP.
Hey, like father, like son.
Yep.
But Superman died, Clark Kent died.
No connection.
And the worst part is...
To be fair, they did set up he was doing reporting in Gotham.
But they were in an uninhabited island in Gotham.
Actually, they weren't on that island. Remember, Batman chased them off of that? They were actually fighting on the edge of Gotham.
Still, it was still uninhabited wherever they're at. They said it twice. Did. So you can't justify his death. Oh, I wonder what it's gonna be. I don't care. Come on, just end. I would much rather, once again, I don't like... Lois Lane to me has just become annoying over the past 2 movies I've watched.
I know it's not, but wouldn't it be funny if that poster behind her was a rival?
Well, yeah. Sorry, that was a few years prior. Or this was a few years prior.
Only one.
I said, I would have much rather no Lois. Should have never had Lois Lane. Just went the Wonder Woman angle. Would have been 10 times better. Once again, I know you don't have a problem with this. To me, this is just more padding because he's not dead. And if they did all this, I would have much rather not have the shot at the end of the movie. But now it's just like, why are you wasting my time? I'm ready to go.
Those are cool slow motion shots.
I mean, look at the amount of people at this funeral.
It's a small town.
Oh, that's I don't care what you say. Not all them people like Superman.
No.
That's way too many people.
I do like the S on the coffin, though. Love how they're not burying a body, though. That's foreshadowing.
I don't know if that's the same priest or not. Just with the different haircut.
Yeah. I don't think it is, but I think they look similar. Those earmuffs.
She looked at the camera.
Oh, well.
Sort of. She got close. It is the IHOP guy. I wonder who that guy is. He's comic accurate, whoever he is. Calling it right now.
I don't think it's a comic character.
He's still more comic accurate than a lot of people in this movie. I mean, once again, no one notices Bruce Wayne at this funeral.
So just some dude in a suit.
No. It's Lois Lane. She's the greatest reporter in the world. And she doesn't notice Bruce Wayne is there.
She's not exactly focused on him.
Still dumb. The whole movie's dumb. This whole ending's dumb. This movie should have ended about 10 minutes ago. No, you didn't. You fulfilled everything you were supposed to do.
Save killing him.
He didn't kill him. He didn't kill him. He saved his mother. He fulfilled everything he needed to do. You did not fail him. Yeah, if you don't kill him all first.
All right, then.
Are you talking about the people or yourself, Batman?
Now that's a good actor.
Yeah, one of the best extras ever. She's trying, but nope, just stop. That was painful for me. They just defaced his. Someone just defaced his. Is that the remains of his monument?
It was probably put there in its place because it was destroyed.
But the problem now is the only reason to form the Justice League was because Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop Superman. Superman's dead, so why are you forming the Justice League?
Because that Superman wasn't the only cause of what happened earlier.
Well, but he kind of is. You have to stop him, fear him, save Lois. I'm just saying, there's no reason to form the Justice League now because Superman's dead.
This should have been a post-credit scene as well. Whenever the camera shut down after that dirt rising off the grave thing, it should have done the initial credits, then this, and then the Wonder Woman stuff should have been after the credits.
The only thing is, those guards just let him in.
Yeah, it's Batman. Like you're gonna say no to Batman.
But apparently, people don't even believe Batman exists in this universe. Should have branded him right in the forehead.
Yeah.
And the problem is, though, he doesn't brand him. But why? Because, once again, it gets back to the whole thing. He's killed so many people in this film.
Why not take him out right now?
Exactly.
Well, at least you admit it.
Well, you know what, Batman? That's a great idea. Send all your villains to the same place, because you know what? Nothing will ever go wrong.
Look at that snot. Galactus?
So they ruined Lex Luthor. They killed Doomsday, killed Superman. Kind of ruined Batman. I mean, I don't. I mean, pretty much did all that you could possibly do in one movie. He flipped it upside down because of metaphors.
And parademons coming from the sky.
Come on, we're almost to the finish line. Come on. Come on.
Toss the dirt. There you go. Come on. Do it. Do it. Yes. Those guys over there waiting to toss the other dirt on. They walk up, dirt starts coming up. Dude, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Like I said, I know you don't mind the shot. To me, we wasted so much time. Just leave me with the fact that he's dead.
Well, that's that then.
We made it! Oh my goodness.
I have nothing more to say other than, look, nothing against the people themselves, but this is a train wreck of a movie. I don't know that I've ever said that about a movie before, believe it or not, but this is a train wreck of a movie. That being said, I still hope Wonder Woman and Justice League are great, but this is a shaky foundation, to say the least. However, there are a couple of very small but good elements that I hope they understand those were good, and then the rest of it, toss it. Actually, you know what? In Justice League, just flashpoint this sucker and reset the timeline. That's what I hope happens. That's just honestly.
This is the fourth time I watched this movie. This is probably the last time I will ever watch this movie ever again. The 30 minutes did absolutely nothing for this movie. It just made me sit for 30 extra minutes.
There was one good scene.
What's that?
Where Superman came out of the building.
Yeah, people. But it was in the wrong spot, so I don't really care. I don't like this movie. It's one of the worst superhero films I believe I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, I think it's better just to leave this and just not talk about it ever again. I'm not looking forward to Wonder Woman or Justice League. I have no intention on seeing them. I've kind of just gave up on this DC universe, this current iteration. I'll just wait 10 or 15 years when they reboot those sucker. So
in 15 years, Superman will be public domain.
Well, then we may actually get a good one. So
more than likely.
So I'm done.
I believe.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Look, if you like this movie, that's awesome. I'm not trying to take it away from you, but those are just our feelings. All right. If you like this video, give it a like. If you disliked it, I totally understand. Have a great day, week, month, year, whatever. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one. God bless. See you.